Okay, so how many of you remember Namco? Okay, good, all of you. So, you remember Pac-Man? Yeah, you do. You remember Sky Kid? Okay, so maybe not as many. But one game I'm sure most of you know is Dig Dug. Yeah, I never actually played this game for a long time. I had played the sequel first, which I'll get to that at a later point in time, but I didn't actually play the original game until I got my PlayStation 1 years later. You know, with Namco Museum Volume, whichever one it was. So, basically, instead of looking at that one with some bad quality, because I don't have, a capture device, we're instead going to look at the Atari 2600 version, which, yeah, it's excusable why the video quality would be bad, because I don't think there's a capture device that takes RF. Now, what do you do in Dig Dug? Well, you dig around, and you kill your enemies simply by inflating them with a hose. What? Yeah, so basically this is weird DeviantArt post the game. But then again, you can really get around that because, well, this was long before DeviantArt was even a thing. And at that point, it was a creative idea. Normally in a game, you shoot your enemy or you punch him to death. I don't know, run him over with a car. See if I care. But, yeah, in this game, you inflate them until they pop. And that's pretty much it. And whatever you do, do not let them get to the top of the screen. Why? Because you won't get points from them. And you need points. Because it's an arcade game. Yeah, it's just another 2600 arcade port. There was a lot of those. But, hey, it's a good game. And, yeah, there's really not much to say about it. You run around and you dig tunnels and occasionally kill an enemy with a rock. Yeah, rocks. Because it's underground and there's rocks. Which means double kills. Occasionally. But yeah, basically, two ways to kill an enemy. You either inflate them to death, or you crush them with a rock. But be careful, because you yourself can get crushed by a rock, which is not in the video because that didn't happen to me. What did happen was a bunch of really cheap deaths because I got ganged up on. And yes, that is this game's idea of difficulty. Adding more enemies. Basically, if the same amount of enemies existed on every screen of the game, it wouldn't be as difficult. So, they added more enemies to make the game feel harder than it actually is. But yeah, you just run around, occasionally get an extra life, because there's no standard. At first, I thought it was every 20,000 points, but then I got to 40,000 and it didn't give me another one, so obviously not. It's whatever the game feels like is most inconvenient for you. But yeah, simple title, simple game, simple gameplay, simple fun. Highly recommend this one, although you should probably play it in the arcade first.